Welcome back to Africa 24 English for a new edition of Decryptage. With over 25 million customers, United Bank for Africa (UBA) has established itself as a leading financial institution in sub-Saharan Africa. More recently, it has been conquering markets in America and Europe. On the occasion of the UBA's 75th anniversary, we welcome Mr. Muyiwa Akinyemi, its Group Deputy Managing Director, to understand the foundation of the success story, question the current challenges, and explore the prospects for this banking group. Mr. Akinyemi, welcome to Africa 24 English. Mr. Muyiwa Akinyemi, you joined UBA in 1998 as a senior banking officer in UBA's Energy Bank and have served the group in Nigeria and broader African network for 24 years. In the saying, you've seen this giant grow. What is your opinion on this track record?
Excellent and transformative, I must say. Throughout my career in UBA, I think I've walked out of all the countries, I would say, because at some point in time I was the head of corporate banking, wholesale banking across Africa, and I've seen the transformation of UBA in each of those countries and the impacts that we have made in each of those communities as well. From the streets of Mozambique or Maputo down to Senegal, I've traveled all across Africa.
Over the past 75 years, UBA has succeeded in making its mark by winning a number of prestigious awards. What are the secrets of this success story, which is becoming a truly pan-African banking network?
The determination of our people to excel at every time, to win, and win for the customer is what's been pushing us. And you have people who have dedicated their life of service career into growing that African bank, to growing that role model for African businesses. And that is something that is lofty, like a BHAG. It's an audacious goal that we all have. And those who are committed to those ideals have done great things across each of our geographies. And I salute each and every one of our 25,000 plus people for doing great jobs.
So United Bank for Africa is a bank with a strong focus on youth empowerment. In early May, you hosted the second edition of the expanded Graduate Management Acceleration Program class of 2024, where 398 young people from 6 African countries were inducted into the UBA tribe after a rigorous 6-month learning and practical experience. What other initiative is the group implementing to enable young Africans to become entrepreneurs or enter the job market?
2 things I would say. First, our GMA program, which is to hire the best of talents across Africa to refresh and renew expansion and what we're doing across Africa. Secondly, also is how we support and invest in them. I'm sure you may be aware that UBA Foundation has a program called Read Africa, wherein all the executives go into schools to also read to the students. Beyond that as well, we also support the bringing financial literacy into students, right from the teens. We have products for the teens, we have products for, well, kiddies, teens, and the adults as well in all our geographies where we operate today. And as part of what we do, we look forward to those innovative ideas, those entrepreneurial ideas of the youth, to see how we can invest them, either by financing, by way of financing, by way of financial literacy, by way of coaching or capacity building, as the case may be. Because we believe that the youth are the strength of Africa.
In a context where the bank penetration rate on the continental scale is less than 35%, and when new players such as fintechs are investing in the financial sector, how is UBA working to improve its customers' portfolio?
For us, we've been able to dimension our business, dimension the economies where we're operating today, and we have different segments. So we run a segment business, an SBU structure, wherein we look at opportunities in each of the markets to focus our resource and allocation of those resources to those segments in each of those markets. So you may have agri, maybe the mainstay in Benin Republic, for instance, and it will be a key strategic sector for us to drive. It may not necessarily be the same thing in Cameroon. It may not be the same thing in Kenya. It may not be the same thing in Mozambique. So each of our countries have 5 key sectors that they're looking at. And we have SBUs that are focusing on the personal banking opportunities there, looking at the SME opportunities. They're looking at the commercial banking, aside from the corporate banking opportunities in each of those markets where we play. So we're able to harness our resources and focus them to drive growth in each of the key sectors that we identify in each of the countries.
What is the place of innovation in UBA's ambition?
So for our innovation, I'm sure you'll know that UBA launched the first chat box in Africa. Now that has transformed the way we do business today. The way we are positioning Leo will be that interactive chat box that can do a number of other things and do it seamlessly, efficiently as well, and we're replicating that across our various businesses, okay? Now, I'll tell you what, one other initiative we've launched is about customer complaints as they were today, because, you know, we see complaints as a feedback, as a gift from customers. And we've developed a QR code where instead of customers calling in or coming to the branch, they can just scan a QR code on our website or wherever it is, and then we respond to them timely. And several other initiatives that we have in the space of acquiring and also engaging customers as well.
In 25 years, UBA will be 100 years old. To what do you attribute the longevity of this banking group, and what is your vision for the next 25 years?
UBA to be in every household. UBA to be in every household in Africa. That's the expectation. In 25 years, you will have a service or a point of contact in every home in Africa. The 1.3 billion Africans will have a contact to UBA. Be a staff, a customer, or a service provider, every household in Africa will have a UBA. By driving what we see as the need of each of those households, you know, we're transforming lives. That's our mission. That's what we're doing across Africa. And in doing so, we're not just bringing global standards or bringing global technologies, but we're doing them taking into consideration the local peculiarities as well. So we call it a G-local strategy. Global standards in a local environment. And that is giving value to us. And we believe that once we can create that, and once we can populate that across markets, there will be no reason why every household in Africa will not want to have a UBA impact.
Mr. Akinyemi, thank you for answering Africa 24's English questions. Sir, Madam, stay tuned to our programs.